What's up, guys? Welcome to the GSL Team League. I'm Tasis. With me is Ro6. We're the Casting Archon, and we have a pretty badass match coming up here today with I Am up against MVP.
That we do, Tasteless. Two huge heavyweights, incredible miracle. I'm excited to see them. Will they use Nest-T finally? Will they use Phoenix? Will MVP just kill everyone anyways? All these questions and more going to be answered here tonight.
Yeah, it should be a pretty epic map. You know, it's a team with I think it's fair to say, the best players with people like Nest-T and MVP, but I don't think they have the best distribution when it comes into a team league. They don't seem to know who to bring out first and how to snipe. So MVP, although they're somewhat outclassed by IM, I do think MVP still has a pretty good chance.
Oh, they do, man. They have this little old Zerg named Dongre Goo, and he can beat just about any Terran in the world easy peasy, as he puts it. Now, the sick, badass IM team there, you see those 6 championships right there, man.
I can feel the Gosu aura tingling in this room with Nest-T and MVP.
Well,
both
heat
just
comes
behind
off
me.
of both of them, man. It's
They
actually
do.
kind of gross. They are causing global warming. Don't listen to it.
The ice caps are melting because they are that good. And, of course, let's not forget some of the other people that are on the team IM. People like Lucira, which we oftentimes kind of don't mention.
Look, man, they have Younghwa, all right?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Younghwa is the next coming up Protoss. There he is, that handsome man right in the middle. In between the drinks. People around him have a bunch of good drink. And we see the aces. They put down Lucira and Yoda.
That's interesting.
I think that might be because they've performed the most in the team league. Because Nest-T, like, if a game isn't for at least $50,000, he won't play it. He's like,
I don't know, guys. I think I'm just gonna chill over here.
He's like, but I can sit still. I don't have to play.
There's no money involved here. Now, as you can see, here's the rest of the players on the team.
Look at that
Dreamer,
sick
TT,
lineup.
Junwei, BB, Happy, Lucira, MVP, Nest-T, Younghwa, Seed, my favorite, and Yoda.
I wish
we
that
see
we'd see
Seed today?
Man. But, you know, it's best of 9 now, so absolutely we could see anyone and anything.
Oh, sure.
I am, like, crossing my fingers, Tasteless, that we don't see Junwei and we do see Phoenix.
Well, Junwei is definitely the person who's performed the least on the team.
Well, to be honest, though, remember that last game he played pretty well in? He finally showed the Junwei I remember from StarCraft 1.
You know, I think, like,
before
overall,
that,
Oh, there's Phoenix. There's MVP.
There's Lucira. Happy.
And
Dreamer TT.
I almost didn't recognize him. I'm glad you were able to say something.
I think that's who it is.
Let's take a look at the opposing team now. MVP coming out here to represent. And again, MVP, look, they're a very good team, but they're oftentimes standing in the shadow of greats like StarTale. Even teams like Prime, I think.
Yeah.
Can occasionally be.
But they have a pretty sick lineup. I mean,
do.
Keen is pretty good. He's in the up and down now. I'm not sure if he'll make it back to Codes, but he's definitely one of those players on the brink. We have, of course, Dongre Goo, who is like the sickest badass. What a Zerg. Just coming off the DreamHack Valencia win.
They got Genius, the BlizzCon champion.
Yeah, Genius. I mean, if the second you think Genius is going to lose is when he's like, you know what? Forget it, I'm going to win.
Yeah, Genius is somebody who won't actually die in a tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, if he has a chance to be invited back in, Artos just keeps on joking with me that watch. Genius, the last Protoss, going to be left
in the GSL,
in the GSL. All right, no shock here. The aces, Dongre Goo and Genius. Those are the ones with the most points on their record as far as accomplishments at tournaments.
And look at that, the closest wins ever. 4-3, 4-3, 4-3, then a 4-1, and then a 4-0 loss.
Ouch.
Ouchies.
So, they have had not the easiest time here in the team league. I do feel like this is one of those teams that I think of as more of a team. I feel like it's a pantheon of badass nerd warriors.
Yeah.
But I feel like MVP kind of operates more like, all right, you're going to go out first and take off as many games.
Look,
so we're going to snipe this guy.
The way to look at it, Tasis, if you're walking down like a hall in the Coliseum, okay, and you have all these statues of the gladiators that went undefeated for years and slayed dragons in the ring, that's the IM team.
Yeah.
Those stone statues, they don't seem to work much together, but it doesn't matter because they're all scary as hell.
Could they be like gargoyles? Did you ever watch that cartoon? It's like gargoyles. It's like stone by day, gargoyles by night.
Yes.
That was actually one of the better cartoons. People
I
died.
didn't watch it much. I did not watch it much, actually. To be perfectly frank, I only saw a few episodes.
I believe this team is actually slightly smaller.
Guinea Pig, Dream, Genius, King, Donkey,
God, that's
Monster
right. Guinea Pig's
Tales,
even
and
on the team.
Noblesse. That's actually, there's some pretty up-and-coming names. Guinea Pig is, like, insanely good, considered a genius in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, he's incredibly talented.
We've seen, from the games we have seen of him, he's come up with some amazing stuff.
Now we have the...
And, in fact, he knocked out Seed in the last Code 8 qualifiers.
No!
Yeah. First round, man. I was like,
Seed will soon
this
be in
is
GSL
basically
finals.
proxy for me versus Tasteless. And I beat Tasteless somehow by
would
Guinea
never,
Pig beating
ever
Seed.
happen ever in a million years. Now, we're getting closer and closer to starting this match. You know, the first match is always so pivotal.
Oh, the first game, it sets the tone. It sets the pace.
They didn't get to see my Gargoyles impression.
No, it was really good. Do it
Stone
again.
by day, gargoyles by night. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch
I
the
bet
cartoon,
you wish
YouTube
you
it.
had gargoyle wings.
I do. Then I wouldn't have to take the subway to work. So.
Well, I was talking more about your recent happenings, you poor little
Oh yeah,
guy.
I sprung my ankle last night.
He sprung it.
I sprung my ankle just like walking around. I was talking with a friend, and my apartment room is on the 3rd floor. So
It's sprained, I think.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
you might be right. Actually, I'm not an expert on that.
Did you say sprung?
Sprung. I sprung my ankle.
It's like hop off of it real
You know
quick
what's
or
sad
something?
is I actually had to crawl up the stairs on my butt.
That's so.
That is so
into
sad.
your apartment.
Into my apartment.
You're like 4th floor.
I know. I had
sad,
to
man. I'm
inch my
sorry.
butt up there. It was pretty pitiful.
Well, here is yesterday's playoffs. Creator taking out a couple games. God, he is so good. Youngest player in the GSL. Curious taking a game off Creator. And then Anyang came around and knocked Curious and Squirrel out. Then Bomber took out Anyang and Marine King. Wow. Marine King killing Bomber.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising.
He's back, Tasteless.
Well, you know, Marine King is, I think, a guy who's always going to be around. I mean, he's getting to the finals in many tournaments. He doesn't win them, but I don't see him fading off the map. I mean, sometimes there's always this concern with Fruit Dealer, for instance. You know, he's so good, but then it's, you know, he's really struggling. He's swimming away trying to, you know, stay above the water. So,
well, yeah. You know, Fruit Dealer is now Code A round of 16 dealer. That's like what he does. That's his new thing. He gets this round of 16 in Code A.
I miss Fruit Dealer and casting his games.
I do too, man. I was watching a little bit of him versus JYP today, man. He made like 40 Hydras. I'm like, oh my god, is Fruit Dealer back? And then like one Colossus killed them all, and I was like, oh.
Poor guy. So our first map will be Taldirum Altar.
TVT.
TVT.
Yeah, we're going to have Happy from IM against... Why can I not think of this?
I don't actually know. I wasn't going to say anything until
It's,
they came on the screen.
Keen.
Our producer definitely didn't just tell us that.
I knew it. I couldn't remember it for some reason. Keen is kind of a forgettable Terran for me, though. He's
a Terran that I don't think...
I think he's like a round of 16 Code A player. That's where I actually see him.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say he's a little bit better than that, but...
Well, I mean, he's been in Code S, but he's in the up and down. We'll see, though. We'll see.
I mean, see him as somebody who's perpetually an up and down.
Yeah,
no matter what. He, like, gets out or goes back in, but I don't feel like, you know...
All right, that's fair. No,
That's the way I see the guy.
fair.
We'll see, though, if that changes in the future. TVT, we have seen this matchup a lot here, more than any other matchup in the GSL, with this statistically being our most casted matchup. It is the one we've gotten to learn the most about, and I think we've seen it develop the most. We really know what a late-game split map TVT can look like.
But the patch is finally out in Korea.
That's true.
And there are murmurings that the matchup has changed quite a bit. I'll get into that in a second, but let's take a look at our bracket. The top 2 seeds, number 1 seed TSL, number 2 seed NS Hoso. They're going to be playing next week against the winners here. Prime is going to go up to play against TSL. Wow, that's two real old school teams going at it. And then
yeah, no kidding.
The winner of today is going to play against NS Hoso, rather. I am actually really excited about both those sets. TSL has shown the best sniping of any team that we've seen in StarCraft 2 ever, for sure.
They are very calculated.
Yeah.
When it comes to they bring out an NS Hoseo, which has been the underdog at the start, and now the favorite to some extent.
Dude,
with how they operate.
They're insanely good. They have Sage, man. You
Sage
can't stop
so
Sage.
Good.
But
everybody on the
Protoss
team,
version of
Seal,
ST.
for instance.
Oh, yeah.
He's the highest ranked Zerg in the Korean server.
Sculp, Jackchi, they actually have a sick lineup.
They do.
Tassadar is really good, too. He's not like the top Protoss, but he's like second tier of world Protoss.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's very scary. All right, let's go ahead and start introducing our players. Here's our first player, a Terran, Happy.
Look at that. You got it before they put his name up.
I'm that good. I didn't ask for these powers, Artosis.
Very good Terran. I was talking to Phoenix about him. He said, yeah, he's probably second best Terran on IM after MVP.
That says a lot, too, because MVP
Phoenix,
is the best Terran on Earth.
Doesn't count himself because he's the sickest badass.
Well, he is just, a modest guy,
Yes.
So, Happy, he's very, very talented. He's very solid. And I'm not surprised at all by the pick to send him out. You need to get some of these players who aren't an ST or MVP, the experience on front of the camera, the opportunity to prove themselves to their team. And it's not like they picked one of the least favorites on the team. I mean, as good as Junmi is, if they put Junmi there first, I would have been surprised.
Yeah, that's true. And his opponent is going to be
Keen. There he is. We got to cast some great games at Keen 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Or rather,
well, for him,
they
weren't that great. He's in the up and down matches now.
But he did play pretty well.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable.
Player. Well, it should be a pretty good TVT. I am going to give the edge to Happy. I like his TVT style overall, but again, there's a completely new metagame because of this patch, and you might be wondering, hey, why is there a completely new metagame because of this patch? And the answer is Blue Flame Hellion upgrade doesn't do as much damage.
Yeah,
so
which is
some
good,
people are starting to play it different. I don't know if it's going to stay like that, but there's right now in TVT, from what I've heard, there are a lot of all-ins going on in Korea, and also there are a lot of bionic tank games.
So they could go back to Marine Tank.
Could possibly.
Marauders occasionally being incorporated. We'll see. I mean, these guys are going to be teaching us.
Well, it's too early on this patch to truly tell, but we'll see what these guys think about it.
The world is watching right now, and now we're going to see how do these guys react to this new patch. What do they think? Because these are the pioneers right now whenever a new patch comes out, and that's where the metagame starts.
There you go.
All right, the game is loading. Our map will be Taldirum Altar. Terran versus Terran. Happy against Keen, here at the GSL Team League. And we're on in the bottom left. Currently in the up and down matches, we have. Oh no, excuse me. Tasteless dropped the ball. That is Happy, member of Team IM. And now to our blue Terran, currently in the up and down matches. I'll get it right this time.
MVP Kid.
Both players really wanting to come out with strong starts for their teams.
Right.
That first win is so crucial, and if you can get a second one, oh man, is your team in a lead.
Well, I think MVP is itching much more to win the first game.
Yes.
The problem when you go up against a team like IM is it's actually a little bit difficult to tell who they're actually going to send out. Well, they have so many good players.
And also, they don't pick in ways that you may think. Like,
we're always wrong as you guys.
Well, they have the way that they like to do it, and actually each team has different ways that they like to do it. And a lot of times it goes by, how does the coach actually treat the team? For instance, I was talking with the TSL head coach a while back, and he does it like we always say that you should. He does it. He thinks, okay, they're putting out who? Come back. Whoever set up your computer, come back here. You're not the next one going out. If they get a win, they reevaluate the situation completely and put out a new player, and he makes sure that the players all are happy with that. Whereas other teams, the player's like, no, I'm ready to play. I'm playing next. It's like, but you were supposed to snipe this guy. And they're like, no, I'm ready to play. I was playing next. And a lot of teams actually do it like that. Even in StarCraft 1. They exactly. It's actually it's weird that in a professional sport such as this, StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2, this is something that's happened quite often. But
people are so eager to prove themselves, and you can't always get too gung-ho about something and not really evaluate this, because The team league does operate in, at times, a much more complex way than an individual league because you have to take into account stamina, sniping, nerves, experience. I mean, you cannot just send out an ST every time and tell them to knock off as many people as possible. That's not how you're going to develop a good team.
Well, that's very true, Tasteless. But hopefully they will use an ST if they need it today.
I think they actually probably will because they're actually in the part of the tournament that's much more serious. It's no longer like when you win some, you lose some. Let's give everybody a shot. Now it's a situation where they're very, very close to getting to the, you know, very deep in the tournament.
Quite true.
Final four.
Well, Keen has saved his scouting SCV. The scouting SCV's opponent, though happy, has died, unhappily. Both players making their command centers at pretty much the same exact times. And Keen's going to go for 3 barracks play. In the meantime, with the double gassage, looks like we are going to see some tech out of Happy. Not surprising at all on either count. Keen is definitely a player that, even on the previous patch, really preferred bio-style play, with or without tanks, and Happy is a player that has really favored overall mech play.
We have the bunker on the way here, and this should be a fairly long game, judging from the positions on this map, and the fact that it is Terran versus Terran, which is statistically the longest matchup in StarCraft 2.
No longer is it TVZ.
Yeah, it sure used to be TVZ, wasn't it? Protoss versus Protoss, I believe, is still the shortest matchup.
I think yeah, that may change.
Sometimes TVZ ends pretty quickly, but
I don't know if you've played on this new patch much yet, but
no,
4Gate is looking pretty dead, man.
That's good. That's the way it ought to develop.
Well, let's see here. Happy is going to expand first. Starport going up. Blue Flame's still on the way. So he doesn't care that it only adds that +5 damage anymore.
Combat shield's on the way as well. And I don't see anybody engaging anybody right away here.
No, definitely not. You know, the first engagement that we'll probably see is the Blue Flame Hellion drop. Does get scanned, a very nice scan there. Basically seeing all the tech.
Excuse me. You got a little hiccup, Artosis?
I just had a little hiccup, yeah. I don't think I have the hiccup, so.
That's the worst. If you have to cast with the hiccups.
I don't think that's actually happened to me yet. Maybe once or twice, like in an online cast.
I think it happened to me years and years and years ago.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. I'm like getting the breaks, like trying to drink water upside down in the bathroom. All right, here's the Hellion now controlling the Zelnaga Watchtower. These builds are slightly different from each other.
Well, yeah, I mean...
one guy going for Hellions, one guy not.
Yep. Happy is definitely going mech. Notice the second factory is going down. So I'm happy to see. He's not... I'm happy to see Happy go mech. Keen is going just for the bionic play. So the two different styles going at it.
Now remember,
it's a
guys,
good map as far as bionic goes, too.
This is the situation where we're now in the new patch.
Yeah.
So...
Blue Flame Hellion's a lot less damage.
I have not actually been able to play since the patch just came out, but I will say that this is going to be, it could look like a slightly different Terran versus Terran than what you're used to, and it should because Blizzard altered some things. So with the new patch now out, this is a good moment for you guys to really learn and copy or experiment with what you're seeing here. Wow, take a look at that. Keen is actually completely ready.
Yeah, he has those Marines in a nice spot. No stim, though, and with 4 Blue Flames, he might be able to do a lot of damage. Instead does pick up. Combat shielded Marines unstimmed do take an extra 1 or 2, 19 to take 3 hits now instead of, wait a minute.
What?
I'm not going to try to math this out right now. I get like really confused.
Let me tell you, so there's one thing I give to anybody, whoever does TV stuff, never do math. Never think of math out loud on TV. Never do it.
I know, because I always start second-guessing myself. I'm like, oh, people are...
I'm like, wait a minute, the world is watching me right now. Am I going to look like a moron?
So, we do have Cloak on the way for Happy. Keen, in the meantime, just going for Marine Marauder medevac.
It's really interesting timing there for the Banshee.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's a little bit peculiar, you know. We normally see the Banshees with Cloaks coming out as soon as possible. And that's because you don't want to have any Marines out there when you're trying to get there, at least enough for you to not have to worry about an engagement.
Well, here we go. Starting this harassment off nice, killing off one Marine and going after all these SCVs now. In the meantime, a nice Blue Flame Hellion drop here. Nice split there, but still a lot of damage will be done, and that medevac may be killed. He is going to run out and just leave those Blue Flames in there, and a lot of damage being done. Happy tearing Keen apart. 7 kills on that Banshee.
And this Banshee will get away. Wow, that is a big difference.
20 killed as opposed to just a single scouting SCV. That is pretty gigantic, Tasteless, and in fact, that is reflected in the supply already. 103 to 75.
Well, we know who's got the lead now. It's going to be Happy. Now, I think if I could just make a prediction really early on here, that is interesting. The Happy's decision to expand to that location.
Yeah.
You'd have to make a planetary next to the rocks and shoot the rocks down and then make another command center where it's actually supposed to be.
That would be just so funny, man. I would love to see that. All right. So, continuing to harass with Cloak Banshees.
You know what I like about this is, even though the Banshee, it didn't do a tremendous amount of damage to the SCVs, what you can do is you can use this Banshee to delay this command set.
Yeah, that's actually
this
pretty
area.
Awesome. And,
another failed scan. But he's actually out of energy. I don't know.
Yeah, the Banshee actually getting away. Well, you know, this is actually going to be a pretty crushing defeat, I think, Taste. This is 130 supply to 90. And Happy is going up to 4 bases with mech against a guy that has 3 barracks, Marine Marauder, with 2 bases. It's pretty one-sided right now. And look at this, the Blue Flame Hellion drop, not doing a whole lot, but
something right now is better than nothing because he's already got such a big lead.
Yeah, he can start trading at a slight disadvantage, and that's actually going to get him further ahead.
Yeah.
And that may sound crazy, but basically his opponent will never get up to the critical mass that he needs to ever do anything with the Marine Marauder. You know, he doesn't have a 3rd base. We have 3 bases completely up for Happy. With that 4th one, looks like it's just there to get some extra gas and be an orbital. So, Happy is just, he's making me happy, man. He's playing just brilliantly, showing that, no, the patch isn't going to change mech play. Saying forget it.
Yeah, his harass has been pretty good so far. Now, the Marines and Marauders moving out on the map. And I think Keen at this point in time is probably itching to have his own battles that he's actually opting to engage in. You know, he's basically been the guy who's been sitting back and getting a beat down. And by the way, I am just so surprised that he has not managed to get a 3rd base up. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it truly is. But he is adding a couple factories, so it looks like he realizes, uh-oh, I need a lot of siege tanks or this is not going to work out. And, oh my god, Happy is taking the other base near the rocks as well. He just loves to take expands next to rocks, man. Well, you know, it's the last place you're going to scout.
Yeah, it's really, really quite smart.
And here we go. Looks like he may lose a medevac here. Oh, almost does. Does get away, though.
I don't know what the point of that attack was.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird. You know, he is kind of figuring out what's going on the map. He's been in his base for most of the time. And in fact, high-sec auto-tracking going to be research Tasteless, so we're going to get some additional range on planetary fortresses and missile turrets.
Smart.
Yeah, I like that because against someone trying to drop, you know, he's already got a turret ring out. He actually has a complete turret ring already. I love Happy's play, man. Holy crap, is he good. No wonder MVP's so good at TVT to have a practice partner like this.
Yeah, he's looking pretty
insane.
bulletproof right now.
This looks so much like a StarCraft 1 TVT from his angle. You know, these Hellions trying to run by here, but nice micro there by Keen. Doing a lot of damage to those Hellions, really stopping the harassment. A lot more damage could have been done, but he microed just right. Targeting with the Marauder, slowing down the Hellions alternatingly.
Alternatingly, indeed, Artosis.
Yeah.
Well, here's the story right now. Their supplies are fairly close, 172 to 170, with Happy in the just slightest lead. But as far as economics goes, Happy is miles ahead. Happy is lapping Keen.
Yeah, he's getting a lot more gas with those 2 extra commands. He's making a bunch of command centers now for some more orbitals, so you can have more scans, more mules, less SCVs. He's got a few more SCVs than Keen does. But, you know, there is something that Keen's doing that's really great right now. You know, he's gone this Marine Marauder opening, and in fact,
Oh my god, is he actually going to run to that?
I hope
All right,
not.
thank god he turned around.
Yeah, but as we point out before, Tasteless, he's going for 3 factory siege tanks, and look at this. This is a sick good contain he just put up.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's really good. When you have Marine Marauder, how is Mech supposed to break out of there? It's very, very difficult to do.
But
yeah, I mean, it's time consuming. It takes a while. It's hard to do. And this is going to be a nice, solid contain for now for Keen.
You know, it's going to be tough to siege his tanks opposed to that with the Marauders able to just bum rush in there and shoot everything down.
So
oh, no. Well,
Keen saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
Not going to do a whole lot of damage.
Well, he killed 1 Marine.
Yeah, not really worth it for 4 Hellions.
Nope.
But, you know, they're both maxed out. Got a bigger bank on Happy. And his income is definitely way better. Way better. Cool.
Well, it's going to be up to Keen to start fighting these hidden expansions. The reason why he takes those rocket expansions, as Artosa said, is because it's not very likely that it's going to be scouted there, because those are the least likely locations to take, because you'd have to destroy rockets to fully use them. But the other factor is that he just needs the gas.
And here we go. Nice movement by Keen out on the map, moving his siege tanks into a better position to contain from this angle. I am loving it, Tasteless, but he's still going to go for it. A lot of point defense drones coming out, trying to stop these Marauders, as Happy shows us one way to start busting up a tank line. Beautifully done by Happy and by Keen. I am thrilled. Wow, I actually have nerd chills.
You know
right
what's
now.
so nice about that is he went the perfect angle there. He went and attacked to the side where the siege tanks couldn't all utilize their damage being compounded together.
Oh, you're very right. And look at that, the planetary realizing that he's going to have to go out through an angle to do exactly what you just described, Tasteless, and making the planetary to help him anyways.
Point defense drone so well done here. Happy is so good.
He's insanely good, man. I liked Happy's play before, now I'm a fan. And here we go, trying to break out once again, Tasteless. A lot of siege tanks coming up, more and more point defense drones just stopping those Marauders dead in their tracks. And Happy breaks through the tank line. The tank counts right now 3 for Keen, 22 for Happy. Wow.
Now he's going to probably set up a contain of his own and just try to deny all the expansions until Keen is starved out. He may or may not attempt to go in and actually do a kill move. If I were as ahead as he is right now, I probably wouldn't bother.
Well, you know, he's taken another base, so he's actually up to 4 real bases, and then the 2 that he's just basically taking gases at. He's in great shape right now. With such a dominating tank lead, it's hard to imagine what Keen's going to have to start doing to come back.
All right, as you can see here, Happy now tearing through the map. And there are just so many siege tanks out that even though Marauders are quite good, as long as he does a good job of keeping them together, the amount of damage that comes up when siege mode is already set up is pretty scary.
That is quite true, Tasteless. He continues to push forward here. A Thor is mixed in now to try to stop that Banshee a little bit better. And look at that. The Marauders, though, have taken a lot of damage already. On a point
There's definitely too many tanks here. And this is where Happy, because he's been patient and really calculated about where to sneak his expansions to, he could just dominate on the map. He could really force his way into any situation. And now he's going to get right up to the front door over here, but a flank over here from Keen now moving in, attacking all these siege tanks. There is a battle cruiser and some Vikings in here, but the angle might actually be good enough for Keen to do some damage. To actually win that fight, excuse me.
Yeah, he did a great job, but that battle cruiser really being worth its weight in gold right now. In gold minerals that don't even exist on this map. But, you know, this is actually, both of them playing very well, but time is running out for Keen.
Can you actually check for me, Artosis? How many expansions does he know about?
Well,
Keen?
he just found one of them in the top left. He doesn't know about just the original Sneak expansion. That's the only one. Well, we do see another engagement here. Looks like Happy might have overextended slightly, but no, indeed, he had enough there. The upgrades actually on Keen's Marine Marauder are a little bit low, just 1-1. Whereas +3 attack is almost done for Happy. You know, those lack of upgrades are really going to hurt against this battlecruiser especially. And I'm surprised Happy's actually pushing this hard with this little group of units just rallying in non-stop.
I think he's worried he might actually be letting Keen get too much of an advantage, even though Happy does still have the majority advantage. I think he thought he would be dominating Keen a little bit more. Keen's pretty good with making use of a small number of units.
Yeah, he certainly is. Now he does have plenty of siege tanks out in the middle now. A couple battle cruisers as well. Those few Marines in there should not really be able to do too much against the BCs.
Yeah, making a few battle cruisers instead of Banshees once Marines came out was just so smart. Because Marines are just not really good against battle cruisers. You know, it's just a handful of them like that. Battle cruiser's going to shoot it down. Now he's in the position he wants to be in. But it looks like we're going to have a counterattack here from Keen.
Yeah, it certainly does. He will be able to take out that expansion very quickly, though. May even be able to go back and save his own. We will see. Well, probably not, actually. There's a lot of units going for Keen as well. Looks like he wants to take this out.
Repair.
And repair he will. That plus range doing some good job for the planetary. Taking out a few units there.
Now, if he can intercept this blue army in the middle of the map from Keen and deny that, he might be able to slip up to the top center. I don't know. It's a pretty big map. It might be easy for them to end up passing each other like ships in the night.
You know, more and more battle cruisers being made. You know, sneaking those two gases is what allowed this to occur. And look at this, not even sieging up. Just saying, this is easy, no problem. Plenty of BCs to back him up, even if his ground units die here. And Keen's army will be slaughtered off.
Wow. Well, he cleaned that up. It's now 138 supply to 181 happy. So all he has to do now, if he scans properly, is take out Happy's only expansion that's left up here. You know, Happy has done a good job. He's been patient this entire game. He's been ahead this entire game. And he hasn't, pissed away that advantage at all.
It's quite true, Tasteless. He's done a great job. Those sneak expansions really being worth a lot. Keen's still fighting back, though. He is not done, and he's going to lose his siege tanks, Tasteless. Very nice stim in. Loses quite a few, only a handful left. But the battle cruisers actually just shredding through here like a cow dropped into a piranha-infested river.
Whoa! That actually is some powerful imagery, Artosis.
It is. I mean, that's what the battle cruisers are up to, Tasteless.
Well, that I think should be the end here. As he mottos the orbital to make sure that everybody knows he's a badass, basically.
Those BCs have been just so heroish, Tasteless. I'm like,
well, you know, he's handled this so well the way he's approached this game. It's been one where he's incredibly patient and calculated.
Yeah.
And I respect that. So many of these turns took panic, counterattacks, and everything else.
Well, a lot of SUVs look like they may lose their lives. No, they do get away, but the last mining base of Keen is going down. 200 supply to 100 supply. There's no coming back from here, Tasteless. IM is definitely going to pick up this first victory.
The question, Artosis, is who are they going to bring out next? Because Happy looks pretty solid. I would not send another Terran out to fight against Happy.
Well, you know, of course you have Dongre Gu, who can beat any Terran in the world, but do you use him now? I don't think so. I think you have to save him, maybe for a little bit later. Because, you know, you send out Nest-T against Dongre Gu, and bam. It's all over, man. Nest-T don't lose TVPs.
Oh my god. All right, expect GG. That was humiliation mules drop.
That's a lot of BCs.
All right. GG. Really well done there by Happy.
You know why he goes BCs?
Why?
Just because.
Nerd! Poke you so hard.
Why you poke me for that?
I don't know, man. I couldn't help it, man. It's like so kind of funny. It's like jab my fingers into you. Well, look, IM could not be feeling more confident in a situation like that. Let's take a look. How does MVP look? MVP looks a bit concerned.
Yeah.
A bit disheartened.
I'm trying to figure out who they're going to send out. It's like actually really hard to choose. Keen
not
unhappy.
happy.
Yeah. He's had a rough run of things, man. He went 0-2 in his group in Code S, and now he's lost his first important match for his team. This has been a bad week for him.
Yeah, this is pretty rough actually here for Keen right now. Yeah, it's probably his worst week in pro gaming that I could think of. Falling out of Code S and then losing the first team game in a pivotal match.
Yeah, it's never fun to do that.
So what do you think? Dongre Gu comes out next?
No, there's
Genius?
too many games that need to be won. Is the thing. Genius?
Genius is the guy that always stays in Code S. Maybe Genius.
I mean, Genius isn't
could be
too bad a choice. The thing is, I would think you'd save him. Maybe. Well, you're not going to save him for Younghwa.
No, I know you wouldn't save him for Younghwa. Maybe I would just say
maybe.
or Genius.
Genius. This is a really hard decision.
It is actually
because I know if you send Dongregu out, I think he wins. But then if IM actually starts choosing for snipes, then they send out an ST and then Dongregu's gone, and it's like probably your next 3 players are gone. It's like, oh, that's not a spot you want to be in.
And this is a situation where they can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
It's now or never. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
Genius. He looks ready to get up.
Genius.
Man.
He's like leaning forward. He's like, what?
Who is that?
Who is that? It's
Guinea Pig. That's a good choice, actually.
We're going to have a Guinea Pig game.
Yeah. I actually love to watch Guinea Pig play, man.
Oh, he's genius.
He is.
I mean, well, he's
that's
not
what people say,
genius,
man.
But he is a very smart person.
He's seen as one of the true natural talents to rise up in StarCraft 2. But he's been jumping around teams a little bit. Hasn't really found the right fit. Seems like MVP is working out for him so far, though. Remember when he was like the guy who showed us that you could actually pair Void Rays and Colossus together and it was in balance?
I remember that. We were like, wait a minute.
I'm like, what?
And then I started doing that, the build and the ladder, and I'm like, oh my god, this actually works. Yeah. You just turtle off 2 base or sometimes 3 base until you have just a bunch of Colossus.
Back when the Infestor was bad, it was
you just like walk out and people are like, what?
It's like 4 maxed armies run into it, and you're just
I
don't know. I got Void Rays and Colossus.
I started showing it to my friends back in my hometown that build, and they're like, "What? Like, really? Does this work?" I'm like, "Pro gamers do this. They're doing this in Korea. Yeah. They did fix it later on.
It takes like 0 skill.
We got
7 APM.
This is our new thermos. Somebody stole
I just bought
it
today,
and it broke already.
Tasteless. You're not good at thermoses,
look,
man.
Actually, this is scary, man. Look,
it's the second one you broke, and then you lost one.
The glue is melted. I didn't lose last. It was actually. Is there gonna be glue in my water?
Oh my god!
Am I gonna get brain damage? Hold on a second.
Wow, Tasteless is gonna drink glue, everybody.
Why I'm such a good caster. I drink glue.
What is going on?
The glue on the side because it's hot.
This is we bought it at this thing called Dysomart. It's like actually it's the dollar store. It's the dollar store in Korea. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That thing was $5.
We'll probably have cancer in a month from this thing.
I'm not drinking out of that. Forget that.
I think it's actually just on the rim. It's not actually in the water. So we'll find out.
Okay.
If my cast gets really weird.
If Tasteless starts blinking one eye a lot.
Hopefully not.
Yeah,
Hopefully not.
I hope not.
I can't believe the thermos broke right away. I opened it and it just fell apart. It was like it's made out of Legos or something.
You have to get the manual, put it back together.
I know. I'm like, oh, come on. Yeah, look, this thing broke off of it. It's terrible.
It's a terrible thermos. I'm so sorry.
I had to drink the hot water in order to keep my throat in shape.
Maybe we should go out and buy the $7 one instead of the $5 one.
Step it up. All right, we're going to have the coach interview now.
인터뷰를 나눠보기 위해 무대에 나와 있는데요. 우선
yes.
IM의 강동욱 감독 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 감독님 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
네, 기분 좋은 출발했습니다.
예.
네. 자, 지금까지 GSTL 결승 무대에 2번이나 올라본 팀이 딱 2팀이 있어요. 슬레이어스랑 또 IM 팀인데요. 그만큼 IM 팀 강력한 우승 후보로 거론되고 있는데 오늘 플레이오프 첫 경기 임하는 강호가 어떠실까요? 느낌이 어떠세요?
일단 느낌은 좋고요.
네.
조금 힘들게 올라왔잖아요. 올라온 만큼 준비를 또 열심히 했고
They had a hard time coming up, so they practiced very hard.
오자마자 저기 트로피가 있어서 봤는데 새로운 트로피라서요. 굉장히 탐이 나네요. 그래서 느낌이 더 올라온 것
같아요. They saw the new trophy and they want to get that trophy.
네, 알겠습니다. 사실 MVP 팀에는 GSTL에서는 처음 만나는 팀이에요. MVP 팀을 맞이하는 각오가 어떠신가요? 어떤 것 같아요?
일단은 박소의 원맨 팀이다. 이런 말들이 많은데 그렇게 생각 전혀 안 하고요.
네.
밑에 받쳐주는 선수들도
MVP
굉장히
is a
탄탄하다고
one-man
생각합니다.
team with Don
하지만
Gregu.
저희 팀이 객관적으로 전혀 사심 안 들어간 객관적인 전력상으로 우위에 있다고 생각하기 때문에
right now is a 6 smile.
네, 그 우위를 또 확인해 볼 수
He
있을 것
thinks his team
같습니다.
is higher in
네,
skill right now.
마지막으로 MVP 팀의 최윤상 감독님에게 한마디 해주시죠.
우리 최현상 감독님은 그 MVP 팀을 창단하기 전부터 알고 지내던 친한 형님인데 오늘 또 이렇게 저희가 이겨서 죄송해요. 이길 것 같아요. 그래서
He's very good friends with the MVP
이번
coach.
대회는
They've done it
저희가
for a long
우승을
time.
하기 위해서
And he's sorry, but he has to win today.
생각을 하겠습니다. 끝까지 좋은 경기 했으면 좋겠습니다.
네, 행운을 빌겠습니다. 감사합니다. 네. 네, 저는 지금까지 IM의 강동욱 감독님을 만나봤는데요. 이제 MVP 팀의 최윤상 감독님 만나봐야겠죠. 자리 이동하도록 하겠습니다.
There it is.
There it is.
That trophy is so big.
Imagine drinking beer out of that bad boy.
Seriously.
Damn.
Well, that's so big that Nessie could fit 2 of his other trophies inside of it.
Yeah, it might be a trophy.
That'd be a space saver trophy in his
네,
house.
비록 뭐첫 세트 졌지만 아직
예.
갈 길이 멀잖아요, 그죠?
예.
네, 사실 기분 좋게 플레이오프에 진출했는데 첫 팀이 지금 IM 팀 상당히 강팀이란 말이에요. 그 결정됐을 때 어떤 느낌이셨나요?
뭐 사실 올 게 왔구나 이런 생각했죠. 뭐 동훈이랑 안지 이제 7년이
How do you feel about
넘었는데
I am in
사실
the playoffs?
미안하긴 한데 상대편 응원했어요. 못 올라오라고.
네. 네, 알겠습니다. 자, 상대팀에 굉장히 워낙 화려한 스타 플레이어가 많아요.
They're
그래서
played
엔트리를
for his
했는데
last match. He cheered for their
조금
opponent, I am,
고심을
because
하기도
he
한데
didn't
오늘 뭐
wanna play against
특별한
that team.
전략 같은 게 있나요?
사실 김승철 선수가 규정 때문에 엔트리에 들어갈 수 없어서 그 부분이 좀 아쉽긴 했지만 남은 선수들이 각자
SC
자신이
changed teams to
맡은
MVP.
과 상대 선수에 따라서 준비를 했습니다.
But he couldn't play today because of the rules.
선수들 믿고 좋은 경기 할 거라 기대합니다.
네, 다음 경기 또 기대가 되는데요. 네, 방금 전에
There's a lot of good players in his
IM팀의
team.
강동욱 감독님이
So he should,
한마디
I
해주셨어요.
didn't catch
뭐
that,
전력적으로 우리가 우위에 있는 것 같다, 뭐 이런 말씀 해주셨는데 어떠신가요?
뭐 우승자가 3명이나 있는 팀이니까 뭐 객관적으로는 그렇게 평가가 되겠죠. 하지만 e스포츠도 스포츠니만큼 의외의 상황 또 이변이
일어날 수 있죠.
이변이 있는 게 바로
They have a lot of
스포츠죠.
champions in their team, so they think I am is a better team.
한번 해보겠습니다. 이변을 만들도록.
But it's a sport.
네,
Nobody knows the results,
알겠습니다.
so they're going to try their
지켜보도록
best.
하겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
Thank you.
네, 저는 지금까지 IM과 또 MVP 팀을 만나봤는데요. 결과를 떠나서 정말 멋진 경기가
We're back.
All right. I mean, obviously, Dongregu is the best player on their team and the one
Yeah.
that really is scary. But they do have some good players, man. I mean,
Guinea Pig's good.
Guinea
Genius
Pig's
is
quite good.
I actually forgot
Genius
that
is
SC team.
the infinitely underrated player.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, even when you watch his play, even when I watch his play, okay, I look at him like, you're doing strategies that are dated. They don't even really look that clean when you do them, and then he just beats people with them anyways.
Yeah.
He must be a genius or something because it's weird to watch.
You know, it's funny because, yeah, I mean, if you live in Korea, then you know a lot about Guinea Pig because he's pretty well known out here. He's very respected. But most of the people that just watch StarCraft televised don't really know that much about him.
No, he's switched race like 5 or 6 times now. In fact, he even played random at one point. He's been in and out of the GSL. He's been in and out of different teams. He's trying to find the right fit for him. He will be playing Protoss here. He's a very strong Protoss player. The map is going to be Daybreak.
Should be pretty excellent.
Protoss
The countdown
Terran.
has started. PVT. Nice change from the mostly TVT we've had here at Golden TV here in the GSL. And the game is now loading, so let's see if Happy can win another game or if Guinea Pig is going to come back for MVP and even this out. Head-to-head here, Terran against Protoss here in the GSL Team League.